Good morning and welcome to our channel where we talk about plant-based eating for busy people. Today in this video, I want to show you what I eat in a day. And this is actually a spontaneous decision because I get asked that fairly frequently, but someone just asked it yesterday. And when I got up this morning, I thought, hey, maybe I will do that. Then I had a moment where I thought, can I do that? Like, am I embarrassed about what I eat in a day? And I think that if I am, then I have a problem. So I'm just gonna go for it. I guess worst case scenario, I don't publish this video. So, but I think we'll go for it. And I like that there hasn't been a lot of pre-prep for it. Because you'll see how it really is. And today happens to be a fairly busy day. I'll be tending a granddaughter all day, and she's young, so she's under the age of 1. And then I do have a couple of appointments, so it will be an actual busy day, which is good. And there probably won't be a lot of official cooking. I'll probably eat on the run, which is fairly typical for me, and maybe that's something that you find yourself doing as well. So we'll see how it goes. But I should also add that my husband and I, we have been stopping eating at 4 p.m. every day. And so that will figure into today's video as well. We've been up to that for a couple of weeks, maybe 3. And we really like it. The first reason isn't actually weight loss, although we do hope to shed just a couple of pesky pounds that have never let go. But it's also it's actually first and foremost for health reasons. As we age, we are really, really anxious to give our bodies just everything that we can for health, because we really want to enjoy these oh dear, I'm not in that frame of mind, these next most wonderful years of our lives. We have a really active lifestyle and we want to keep doing that. And especially with cognitive health, we're really, really interested in that as well. So we have been doing kind of a deep dive into intermittent fasting and calorie restriction for health. And we like what we're seeing. And so what we're doing has been easy for us, and maybe I'll do another video on that later and let you know the results of this experiment that we're on. But we have already noticed some great benefits, like much better sleep and better immunity and a few things like that, which studies show are benefits from that. So basically, we've moved our eating window to the first part of the day. So you may see me eat more in the first part of the day than is typical. But that's okay if, everyone can adapt to their own needs as they see what everyone else is doing. So that's the plan. So for starters, I'll have to go grab I already took it up to my office bit. I'll have to go grab what I'm starting the day with. Hold on. Okay, so this is what I start the day with. I always have a Ruvi, which I've told you many times. Today is the Ruvi Active, the red one. So it has beet, tomato, berries, and a lot of good things, plus some really good hydration. And not only do I drink it in the morning so that I will be hydrated, but that's when I want to drink it. It feels like I'm thirsty and ready for it. So one reason I like it in the morning. And this other drink is Creo Brew, which I don't know if I've mentioned before or not, but I'm out of breath from running up the stairs. But this is it's cacao that has been roasted and ground, and then I brew it like coffee, and I have it with 1/4 to 1/2 cup of soy milk and 1/2 teaspoon of honey crystals. I just like these because they are convenient. So just the tiniest bit of sweetener, and this is what I will start the day with, but breakfast will follow not far behind. So I'll be back for breakfast after I've done a little bit of my morning routine, and I will see you then. Slowly working on getting ready for the day, halfway there. But I am going to have some cereal and running to pick up my granddaughter in a moment. So I've showed you this before. This is our favorite apple cinnamon steel cut oats that we make a big batch of and then keep in the fridge. So I've showed it to you in the little containers that we keep it in, but we have a limited number of those little containers. So when I have more cereal than containers, I keep it in a Ziploc bag. Works just great. So I'm just gonna put that cereal, this is cold from the fridge, and then I am, of course, going to add my 1/4 cup of chopped up garbanzo beans so I can get my beans in easily. And then I'm going to warm this and add a little bit of almond milk and eat this really quick before I leave the house. So that is what we're having right now. So one quick note, I guess, about milks, because I mentioned earlier about soy milk that I have in my Creo brew, and then you saw me putting almond milk on my cereal, which is now done, and I've got the almond milk in there. I don't add extra sweetener because there's a little bit in there. But on the subject of milks, I have both in my fridge, and I use them interchangeably, mostly. So I'm a menopausal woman, so soy is good for me. So I try to get it whenever I can, but I prefer the taste of almond milk in something like cereal, and I prefer this for cooking as well. So I have them both, and I will. I mean, I can easily have soy milk on this, and it wouldn't bother me at all. But I don't know. I just go with my taste on that, and so I drink both. But I should probably edge over to more soy just because it really does help me with menopause symptoms. So I like to eat edamame and tofu and soy curls and just get as much as I can because it does help. So just a note. Okay, we're back for a snack. It's been a while. I went and picked up one grandchild and then had a couple more show up unexpected, which is just my favorite thing in the world. So we have a house full, and it's been a couple hours since the cereal, so I'm just having some nuts and berries. So these are freeze-dried strawberries and blueberries. You can't really see them in there, but I'll try to mix it up. I do a 1/4 cup of each because it's good to get berries every day, and so I love the freeze-dried option because they're not molding in my fridge. Yeah, and my other granddaughter, might as well turn the camera around. She's eating strawberries also. Hi, can you say hi? Awesome. Anyway, so and then so there's a 1/4 cup of each, which is 2 servings of berries, and then I've got approximately a 1/4 cup of assorted raw nuts. So that'll be a little bit of staying power till we can eat again. Okay. Alrighty, time for another snack. This day is becoming even busier than anticipated. Oh, yep, there's a toothbrush over there. Dirty dishes, and we have a house full of kiddos, and we are having a good time. So there's even less cooking happening than I anticipated, and that's good. Here we are in real life. So I am having avocado toast right now, just randomly, and thought I'd show you how I like to do it. I used to really, really, really dislike avocados. I like them now, but only in guacamole or on avocado toast, but only if it's sliced nicely. I don't like it mashed up unless it's guacamole. So I am really picky about my avocado toast. So this is how I like to eat it on Dave's Killer Bread with the seeds. And I like to put this on it, the Weber brand Chicago steak seasoning. And actually, we've used a lot of different steak seasonings or all-purpose seasonings, and they're all good. But this is our favorite right now. So anyway, I just get that avocado on there and add the steak seasoning in. Of course, this adds some salt and I think some pepper, and then lots of good flavors and spices. It is so good. So we'll see what's next. Just a quick check-in with my cute little pumpkin pie here. She likes to be held, don't you, baby? Especially today. She's feeling a little under the weather, I think. Anyway, quick check-in. We are having some clementines, and also full disclosure, I was at a neighbor's house today. We have an hour a week that we meet together to speak in Spanish because I'm trying to learn Spanish. And I had some cookies there. She had some cookies from, another attendee there had cookies from a friend in Germany. So we had some cookies, 2 cookies from Germany. So gotta include that in the count for sure. Okay. So yeah. Okay. So the day just got away with us. So it's getting to the end of our eating window, and I still need to get some vegetables in if I'm trying for my 10 servings. And also I want to eat something substantial before being done for the day. So I foraged in the freezer. I thought I had some cauliflower rice and some O'Brien potatoes. That's what I wanted to start with what I'm going to make right now. But I couldn't find either of those things. So we're improvising even further. We're going to make sort of a yum bowl with just whatever I could forage in the freezer and pantry. So I'm going to do that right now. We'll start with I know this is not ideal. I'm going to take this down. But we have some tater tots to start with. I would have preferred the O'Brien potatoes because they don't have oil. But I like some kind of potato in here because it sort of sticks to your ribs. So I've got them in here without oil. And I'll just kind of chop them up a little bit. Then I'm a huge fan of mushrooms. So I'm just using the Thrive freeze-dried mushrooms. I never, ever, ever buy fresh mushrooms anymore. These are the way to go. They never spoil. They're so handy. They're always perfection. And I don't have to do any kind of washing or prepping of any sort. So I'm going to put some water in here just to refresh them for a few minutes. Takes very little time. Then I found this little bit of leftover mixed vegetables in the freezer. So we'll go ahead and put those in. And then I'm going to put in some tofu. I just opened an extra firm container of tofu. I didn't bother pressing it, and I'm just going to crumble it in there. For a couple reasons. I still want to get a bean serving today, and also I like tofu and I like soy because I am menopausal. So soy is good. And so I'm just going to sprinkle some of that in, and I'll slide this container back in the fridge in a plastic bag and finish using the rest of it later. And I'm making enough so I'll have some leftovers tomorrow, because I already know tomorrow is another packed day and I'll be gone a lot. So here we are, just crumbling this in. So I've got my vegetables. In the end, I will be adding some coleslaw. So that will be another serving of vegetables. And then I'm going to go ahead and count the mushrooms as vegetables. So this is in there. I'm just heating it up. And come over here. So I had planned today to try a new recipe for some vegan yum yum sauce, because we have in the past loved the yum yum sauce that comes in the bottle. So I found a recipe on Monkey and Me Kitchen Adventures, and they always have such good recipes. I mean, not always. I haven't loved all of them, but they have a really good track record with the ones that I've tried anyway. So I am anxious to try their sauce, but I need white miso to make it, and I didn't have any in the house, and I didn't have a chance to stop and get some today. So we'll have to do that another time. But I have another dressing I'm going to pop on here. So here I've got, if we count the tater tots as a vegetable, then we've got that. We've got the mixed vegetables. We have the mushrooms. And then we have the tofu, which I don't care if it gets even more crumbled up in here. I just want everything to be warmed nicely. The frozen vegetables, and I kind of chop up the tater tots. When I use the O'Brien potatoes, they're my favorite frozen potato to use, because they don't have oil, and they actually have the peppers in there as well. So once this is warmed, so we'll come back to this as soon as it is warmed, and we'll finish off the bowl with the dressing. Okay, I think that this is warmed. And so take that lid off, and this is perfect. So just gonna put a little in the bottom of this bowl. Again, this is just a totally random concoction. With whatever I could forage in the freezer. I can do better than this, just so you know. And we'll have some videos where we do some official yum yum bowls with our vegan yum yum sauce. And I look forward to that day, but this is not that day. We did the best we could. And that's the whole point. It doesn't really matter. There's all kinds of creative ways we can get the food that we need. So then I'm just going to put this, I just buy this coleslaw mix, or any other brand of coleslaw mix, because it saves us time and it's just as good for you. So I've got that. And then since we don't have the yum yum sauce, I'm going to go ahead and use that tomatillo dressing that we have a video for, and I have some in the fridge. So I'm just going to douse this in the tomatillo dressing, which is a strange combo, but I know I love everything with this dressing. And that, let's see if I can tip this up. that's it for today. This will be the last thing. When we start our non-eating window, we can drink all the water we want, or herb tea, or things like that. But this is the last food for the day, but I should get in most of the rest of the fruits and veggies. And with that, we're done. Thanks for being patient and sticking with me, and I'll have to do this again sometime. Okay, and I'm back just to say this is delicious. I took a bite after, and it's really good. So you really can't mess it up, right? Just thought I'd add that.